Post-Mortem, our V5 Chronicle set in the Dark Ages. My name's Bolthra, and tonight we are going to jump into episode 2 of our story, where our characters are going to make it to Venice. They've been on a boat. Sing the song if you want. I don't want to get sued by having too much music on it, but you know the song. And they're going to meet all the... Yeah, I can't try that again. They're all going to meet each other tonight. They've been separated into two groups, but tonight they'll all meet each other. If this is your first time here, welcome. Glad you found us. So we hope you enjoy the show. Please be sure to give us a like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy what you see. I want to thank all our new subscribers. We had a couple new folks join. Thank you very much. I'm glad you've enjoyed what you've seen. Tell your friends and share our games with us, with your friends. And I can't talk tonight. It's been a long week, folks. Anyway, let me quit talking and let's just get to the show before I just keep mumbling like a madman. Let's start with, let's meet Jen first. Let's start with her.
Hi, I'm Jen. I'm playing Iskra, who is a Bruja clan and has hair that is out of control at all times.
I know the clan. So.
Oh.
And let's talk to Marissa.
Hi, I'm Marissa. I'm playing Zoya. She's a Ventru female knight hails from outside Kiev.
Okay, cool. And Inad.
Hi, I'm Inad. I'm playing Mihail Nestelis, who is also Ventru, hailing from Thessaloniki in Greece, and yeah, and has lots of money and is a bit of a fool. So,
alrighty, let's talk to Diver.
I'm Diver. I'm playing Vincent VV Valorissimo. He hails from Spain. He is a suave assassin. Many tales and stories of his exploits. He intends to grow that reputation across the continent and across every other continent if possible. So he's here to just kind of make a name for himself, even though he already has a name for himself, and he just kind of wants to double underline it. So.
Alrighty, and let's talk to Matt.
Hi, I'm Matt. I'm playing Praetor. He is from Sofia, which I think was in Bulgaria. Mm-hmm. I forget where we were.
It is in Bulgaria.
Yeah. He is a clan from Clan Nosferatu, and he is very apolitical.
Alrighty. And I want to thank everybody watching. Hey, Jeff.
we appreciate our commentators.
We do. Yes. We really appreciate you guys watching. It is so much fun, and you guys add so much. If you watch our Dungeon World game, we've had some of the commenters, some of the things they've had or said have become canon. I mean, we've named characters after things.
Yes.
So yeah, throw ideas out there. If it sticks, we might like it. We might incorporate it into the game. Just a quick recap. Our characters last episode had arrived in, they'd each arrived in different places, but in Barcelona, Iskra met Vincent and had brought him aboard with her to, after a small adventure involving some hammer throws and killing some thieves, they made their way onto a ship called the Night Raven, and they were packed into, they're vampires. They were allowed to lay down in light-proof boxes that would seal them for the rest of the trip to Venice. In Antioch, Greece, Praetor met two Ventru, Zoya and Mihail. Also met a really annoying woman by the name of Dvorka, who is a big fan of Zoya. I guess in a couple thousand years they'll call her a stalker. At the time, maybe she was a wannabe paramour. Once she was sent on her way, these characters loaded onto a ship called Poseidon's Might and have made their way to Venice. We're now flash forwarding to said city. And what I'd like to do is I want to share a map to give everyone an idea where the characters are coming in. So, and no, I did not draw this map myself. This comes from the supplement that I'm running. But where the characters are coming in is there is a storage center, essentially almost like a warehouse, off the Piazza San Marco. And I will butcher all the Italian pronunciation. I will try my best, but I will probably butcher some of them. Each ship has arrived, we'll say the same day. It probably wouldn't have happened, but just for sanity purposes, we're just going to keep it simple. They arrived the same day. By the evening, they have begun to be released, we'll say, from their shipping containers. They may have been up and prowling about the ship during the voyage, but they have made sure that obviously during the day they're covered and they're protected. On this particular night, they are each assisted out of their containers by a group of men. Each character steps out, finding the night kind of humid. It is summer in Venice, and the men who are prying off the lids, dripping in sweat, but they are kind of reaching in, giving each character an arm to help them out of their box. I believe some characters might even have a horse with them, if I remember.
Yes, not in the box though.
Yes, not in a box. No. But so they are really they are in charge of helping everyone find all of their gear. And here we go. Warehouse. Warehouse. Ware castle. So
That's an old one.
yes.
Yeah.
So as each character steps out, I'd like to know a little bit about kind of their moods, and what we're going to do is we're going to start with the Night Raven. So let's start with Vincent. First rises up out of his box, and what I'd like each character to do first is I want you to give me a rouse check when you are stepping out of the box, so we know kind of how you're feeling.
I'm feeling good.
Okay.
No hunger gain.
Okay.
Wake up like it's the most natural thing in the world.
Okay. And does he speak Italian?
I'm sure he attempts to speak Italian. And
Actually, at this time, it's Venetian.
Exactly, Venetian,
exactly.
and
right.
he does so with a terrible
Yeah.
accent, but
Yes.
he's playing it up for all it's worth. And he comes out of the box. Now, the box lid comes off just a little too easily because he's been getting out and feeding on the time.
Sorry about that.
Just can't be bothered to stay in the box, So, and he comes out, and he has a blade at his hand, right? Like, yeah.
And one of the men.
That's right.
He's like, "Who's this, senor?"
Find a job for an overseer in a brothel with like so many beautiful ladies. I mean, sex and violence both, you would not believe. And so he's actually like recounting a story because, as our listeners and viewers might remember, he actually went into the box talking about something.
Mm-hmm.
He was just talking, and it was Iskra who basically said to nail the box down extra tight.
Yes.
Muffle him. And he's actually been talking pretty continuously, like most of the time in the box. Like nobody's ever really heard him, but like he just kind of goes on with his own little inner monologue and everything. And so he is out of the box now, and he is talking, and he's looking around and like, where is my fair companion? Like, have you gotten her out of her box? Come on, move, let's go. Come on, she's been in there for like months.
And then on the other side of the area, men are now helping Iskra out of her box. So give me a rouse check, please.
Yep.
Oh, You're gonna be a little hungry.
Mhm.
So, okay, but they're helping you out.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. I like weigh nothing. I mean, I'm just small. Yeah.
Okay.
I assume that Iskra was taking more care not to feast on people on the ship, so maybe a little hungrier there as a
Yeah.
result.
Mhm.
Now these men were not on the ship.
Yeah.
They appear to be locals who have come onto the ship. So feasting on them, you don't know if that would be a good idea or not. But
Probably not.
Well,
But I
I mean, I mentioned they're all staring at these people who are popping out of the boxes
Mm-hmm.
and everything, and he's like, "What are you doing? You're in Venice. It's as if you never even watched people walk out of boxes." Like,
you suspect that these men have done this work before.
yeah, okay, all right.
That
So
perhaps they work for someone local.
maybe it's somebody a little new who's just kind of staring at them, slack jawed and everything, and like,
There are one or two guys who are kind of giving us look like, man, this ain't worth the money. I don't know.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So they are going to take you topside. They are carrying your bags for you,
Oh,
Excellent.
nice.
As they should. Yeah.
and we are now going to switch over to Poseidon's Might. And the first box that gets opened is Zoya. So for a rouse check, there's actually a button on your character sheet that just says rouse, and there's roll. Perfect. Okay. So you've gained a hunger. So you're a little peckish as you get up, and there's this. There is a man helping you, but as he goes to help you out, your lady at arms comes over and slaps his hand away, and then she offers her arm to you.
Elizabeth, it's good to see you again.
She's like, "My lady." Okay. And they quickly begin to pick up your gear, and she starts kind of ordering these guys around. Be careful with that. But no, hold that from the bottom, you idiot. And as you begin to get your items, the Hales box is next. So I need a rouse check, please.
Resist. And I
Ooh.
failed.
Little hungry.
Peckish.
So this man is reaching in to give you an arm to come out.
Michal kind of gets up slowly, kind of eyes the man hungrily, but then thinks better of it and kind of basically brushes dust off his clothes. He'd been there for a couple of days now.
Okay. Yeah, your journey wasn't as long as the others, but still felt long. So, okay.
Yeah, and make sure that my horse is okay.
Yeah, you hear something that you think, and maybe the little Venetian that that you know enough Latin that you could figure out the word horse. So they seem to be going to get ready to that. They're kind of arguing with some of the crew about what do you mean there's a freaking horse, and they're like, yes, the ship's crew are like, yes, there's a goddamn horse, you need to get it off the ship. That man does not look happy about it. So
I walk up to them and say,
so they start to organize that. Now, Praetor, your box. Do you keep your you hear the box? What's in the box?
Praetor doesn't have a lot of possessions, at least that he carries on him. The only thing he would have probably would be whatever he's wearing plus his sword. That would be it. He doesn't. I mean, and money assuming some is needed.
Well, I'm wondering, does he hide his appearance?
Yes, he would, but there's obviously a chance that it could move during shipping. Like
Contents may have
kind
shifted.
Yeah, contents may have shifted during flight.
Yep. Okay.
So there's always a chance of that.
Okay.
He would have laid down like with the hood up,
Mhm.
but again, there's a possibility it moved or do vampires toss and turn in their sleep? I have no idea.
I don't know. I thought they
per
sleep
canon,
like
they're
the dead. So
Yeah. Again, it's possible that as they shifted the crate, around, it could have flopped off or slid off. Again, there's always that possibility. I leave that up to the discretion of the storyteller, and whether or not it would be provoke some sort of scene or not, as case may be.
Now, Jeff, you're cheating. You're in YouTube and Twitch. I mean, I won't argue about it. It's technically double viewers, but
Yeah.
you love us that
I rolled a rouse check and also failed.
Okay. All right.
So,
Okay. So is anyone at 2 hunger?
I think everyone but Phoebe is.
Okay.
No, we're all.
I am at
everyone's in
2
one.
hunger as well.
One.
what's
Okay.
the X
Yeah.
mean?
Oh, that's
X
just
in
to
the
like
red dot.
clear the box or something like that.
Oh, okay. So I
Oh.
only have one.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So the 3 of you now see each other.
Gentlemen.
Praetor, do any of you understand the local language?
I
Praetor
do,
speaks in Latin.
I do not, but I do have one of my ladies at arms is actually from Italy and speaks fluent Italian, so I'm probably relying on her as a translator.
You think she's calling them idiots, but you're like, okay, I'll just let her take care of it. That's her job.
She thinks most people are idiots.
You hear the whinny of a horse, Mihail, as it is being, and you hear the heavy clump of hooves as it is being led up to the deck. And then the 3 of you and your... Oh, okay, no problem. So, I never thought of that. I guess only the YouTube people see the YouTube ones and the Twitch people only see the Twitch ones, huh? I didn't think of that. Okay. Very clever. So now you are standing on the deck. It is a clear evening. And you see there is another ship that has pulled in to the harbor as well. Everyone from each ship is being kind of guided down to the to a central docking area, kind of a ramp. And that's when typically you guys recognize each other, either pale skin, but there's no guarantee that, hey, I remember you from the convention,
Yeah.
The only ones who would recognize each other would be Praetor and Iskra.
Yes. Mhm.
And I'm assuming they're kind of leading the way. And then they have not seen each other since Sophia.
Right. Yeah, it's been a while.
Praetor would move as soon as he recognized her. He would kind of proceed with a little extra speed in his step to approach Iskra and greet her with open arms, like, "Hello,
Hi.
hello, my friend.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I see you have survived fairly well.
Yes. A little hungry though.
The journey will do that.
Mhm.
You were given a mission to accompany others as well. I see,
Yes.
and I will. This is Zoya and Mihail.
Oh, hello.
Pleasure to meet you.
No.
Iskra and I go way back.
Yes. Mhm.
And your companion is?
Would you like to introduce me, my dear?
This is Vincent Valerissimo.
At your service. He was ready to draw a knife when he saw Praetor coming at Iskra.
Oh no, friends.
But he realizes now that he's a friend, and even though he's a bigger, tougher looking guy, than he's used to taking down, it's
Yes.
okay. He's a kind of accomplished assassin. He's yes, you may have heard of me. I'm well known on
I
7
haven't.
different continents. Oh. Well, that's unfortunate. People have not been talking about me nearly as much as they should be.
I cannot say. I do not get
So
around
where do you
much.
find? So where do you find more continents? There's only 3.
No. There's 7. I assure you. You just need to get around.
Then he's going to tell us the world isn't flat.
A kingdom for Galileo.
Yeah.
Well, actually, the Greeks knew about it, so.
Oh, Vincent could just be making it up. He doesn't even really know. So yeah, he's saying I'm known on more continents than you are. So,
and Praetor no longer cares.
Right. That's very Praetor. Yes.
He's already quit listening.
Yeah. But after about the fourth or fifth word, he's like, "Okay, this is a blowhard. I'm done."
Yeah, Zoya's not sure that it's true that he's known on more continents than she is, but she's not gonna. She doesn't feel the need to.
You're not going to challenge him to a duel over that or anything.
No.
PvP already. Okay.
Do any of you have any, I guess, directions on where we're supposed to be headed?
Well, I know.
No, I guess I was thinking you would actually know where we were headed.
Hey, Vincent's going to basically mention the letter that Iskra got. Do you still have that?
I do. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let me go find it. Hold on.
We did get some kind of letter.
We did.
You actually each did. Basically saying you're to make your way to Venice and then let yourself and then announce yourself to the locals.
Okay.
Yeah, I would assume that there's a protocol here we need to follow.
Well, we need to find somebody in charge.
I have the letter. Yeah. Okay. I already read it.
Mine doesn't really say much other than announce myself to the powers that be. But you have to find them.
Oh my. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know that it actually said explicitly where to go.
I can tell you each know a little bit about the city. That you've been told. It is a strongly controlled by the Lasombra clan, and their prince is also Lasombra, Prince Narses. There are groups of Ventru, Toreador, and Cappadocians that all have spheres of influence here, but it is firmly a Lasombra city. You would expect that someone would be knowing of your arrival, since you were requested. Well, let me take that back. You weren't necessarily requested. Your sires or prince wanted you to go to represent their interests. So you know enough that yes, I'm supposed to announce my presence to the prince. They may not be happy I'm here, but I'm supposed to make myself known. There are still the men who are unloading things. None of them appear to be anyone official that you would know of. So you don't get a feeling of like, oh, hey, here's the concierge. Who's the, they're holding up the sign that say, foreign vampires. But as you were there, there's only a couple. It's kind of a dwindling crowds in this area. Normally, you think it would probably be pretty busy. There's a lot of people who are leaving for the day. They've probably closed up shops. They've, finished their work at the, storage area. And as you are waiting there, a woman steps up, and you see she's just kind of commonly dressed, not very fancy at all, but she arrives in front of you. She looks probably like a peasant of sorts, and she kind of just smiles at you, and she has this big bouquet of flowers with large white petals that are veined with red, and she just kind of bows to you, and she says, Good evening. You are visitors to Venice, no?
Yes.
Yes.
You're muted.
You're muted. Vivi's muted.
Yeah.
Sorry. to repeat myself. Thank you for letting me know.
Yes.
How embarrassing.
Yeah.
Anyways, ambassadors, emissaries, to this fair city.
And she
You are?
and she just kind of gives a quick little curtsy, and she says, "Well, it's a Venetian tradition to give flowers to newcomers to the city."
Oh.
And then she will kind of hand over the bouquet, the basket, to anyone who will accept it.
Vincent will just
I'll
pick
take
one
it.
out and put it between his teeth.
I'll take it and I'll give
Okay. So,
Yeah, I'll
so-
take one and kind of just pass and then let everybody else take one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I will take one as well.
Okay, and she's passing these out to you, and as you're all kind of starting to look at the flowers,
Mhm.
and you're starting to study them, you look up and you notice she's gone.
Respect. I need
Okay.
that in my life. Being able to just vanish like that. So cool.
Is she one of us?
Without a doubt.
Can I?
So
What
so
kind of
everyone
flowers
has
are
it.
they?
What kind of flowers are they? Well,
That's a good question.
take a look. If you want to give me a intelligence and let's go intelligence and science, and it's going to be a difficulty 6, which is like kind of your normal success.
I don't need to know.
So anyone who wants to roll it,
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
I've got like
intelligence
2
and
dice, so
science. Okay.
How do
I
I
have
do?
no idea.
If I wanted to do rolls for one of my ladies in arms.
Oh, I don't have a character sheet in here, but if you know what their dice pool would be, we can roll that for you.
I do. Let's see. So So the Christina, who's the one from Italy, so
Mhm.
she has a intelligence of 3 and a science of
Okay.
2.
Okay, I can roll that for you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yep.
Did mine roll? It did. I got 1 success. I probably still don't know what the flowers are.
Okay,
I have no
Christina got 0 successes.
Storyteller.
Praetor.
I would like to ask if I could do a different roll.
You can ask, yes.
You can certainly try, right?
Always ask and try,
So
yeah.
I would like to roll manipulation subterfuge for him to just basically pretend like he knows what these flowers mean.
Oh, okay. I am all for that. Yeah, manipulation
Okay.
subterfuge. Okay.
And I'm going to surge it, so I'm going to add 2 extra dice for it, just because he
Okay.
really wants to put some panache on there.
This reminds me of Spout lore in Dungeon World.
Yeah, it does. Whoa.
Oh,
And
dang.
it's terrible. He clearly doesn't know what this flower is at all.
No,
None of. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, could I roll an intelligence and survival? I just want to make sure that they're not
Poisonous.
like poisonous of any kind, of like like a nightshade family or something like that. I don't know. But I recognize them from that perspective.
Well, you don't know what they are to begin with. But sure, I'll let you roll intelligence and survival then. Okay. You recognize that these flowers are probably not native to Venice, but what they are, you don't really know.
Okay. I'm gonna let one of my ladies carry my flower. I'm not touching it.
Okay. Now Vincent put it in his
Because
teeth.
I don't trust
It
it.
did. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll put it in my lay pool.
Right there.
Yeah. I'm just holding it, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Praetor stuffed in the pocket in his cloak.
It just disappeared.
Okay. As you've kind of been standing there, kind of examining the flowers, another figure approaches, and let's get this going here. And I'm going to give you a description of her. Okay. And all this technology here. Okay. But I'm so glad to have artwork. It's beautiful. Highly recommend it. It's very choice. No, so, let's see. Okay.
It is so choice.
Yep. A woman approaches, and she bows and introduces herself as Anna Sigorna. And again, I'm butchering the name. And she bows and states, I am a member of the council that is meeting here in Venice and have been tasked with bringing you to the prince's chambers.
Lead on then.
Okay. And she kind of not looking for a tip, but is more looking like, very well. Okay.
I'm Mikhail. Well, I'm Mikhail Ellis. This is Vincent Valerissimo. Big Gauda is Preparator.
Muted.
And the lovely ladies are Iskra and Zoya.
She nods. She says, welcome to Venice. And Zoya, you recognize her accent is not local. And I would actually say probably Mihail and Zoya might recognize it. It sounds, perhaps she's from the east, perhaps the Byzantine, maybe it's Byzantine, Constantinople sounding accent. And she will start to lead the group, basically like a, you know, when you see the people with the flag leading the tourists.
Yes.
Basically, she's starting. And one of the workmen kind of yells something, kind of like, "Hey!" Like you kind of figure he's like pointing to the horse, like, "Hey!" Like what do we do with the horse here?
I take the horse.
Okay, all right. He's
You to ride if everybody else is walking.
okay, and he's glad to be done with it. Kind of just fucks off. So, okay. So yes, so she is going to lead you guys into the city, and she's going to be taking you to. You're heading towards St. Mark's Basilica.
Is that a church?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I'm sorry. Did I get all that? So, yeah. Iskra, there are a lot of crosses and things in this city. And you're starting to feel a little uncomfortable. But I want to see... let's see if you can keep your composure.
Okay. What do I roll?
I'd like a performance.
Okay.
Well, I'll give you a choice.
Okay.
Etiquette or performance and composure.
Okay.
You can choose.
Etiquette and performance have nothing in either one, so
Okay.
I'm going to go with performance, I guess.
Okay.
And then
Performance
what was the other one?
And composure. Yeah.
Okay, composure. All right, let's see if I can handle this.
Okay, one success. You're kind of biting your lip.
Kind of like
now I don't
panic attack time.
I don't think this was something that Praetor ever noticed.
No.
No, I've actually never been around her when that's come up.
Okay.
She's usually
No, well,
been
you kind of
alone
have actually once when we were looking
Once.
for once.
once. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Once is not a pattern.
No.
Good point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So no one else seems to notice. You're all sort of in your own world. But I'd like to just get an idea from the rest of you, kind of as you're kind of looking around the city. What are your thoughts?
He said it's hot and humid.
Yeah.
Vincent, you're muted.
I know. I fixed it.
Okay.
Vincent he's heard a lot about Venetian wine. Italian wine. Like, he needs to know. Like, this is a city, it's a trade hub. They get all kinds of wine from everywhere here. He needs to know about the wine. So he is on the lookout for any wine that he can acquire at a 5-finger discount, just a good Italian red. That's really what I'm looking for. And no, that's not a metaphor for blood. That's actually, he's looking for Italian red. So.
Okay.
I think I would be listening to Christina to get her to give me some history as we walk through, of the area that we're walking through, and then
The nickel tour.
Yeah. Yeah, she's pointing out the highlights. She grew up. Where did she grow up again?
She is from the Republic of Venice. Actually, I forgot.
Okay.
Actually, exactly. So she's
Okay. She would.
But she was here when she was really young, but then she spent most of her time in France. So after that,
okay.
So her father is from this area, and she was born here. But
so she's gonna recognize things, but not enough to be like, don't go down that alley. That's not safe. Obviously you have common sense, but not hey, if you take 2 blocks from here, they got great cannoli, or something like, So I don't even know if they made cannoli at that time. I don't know.
Let's pretend they do. Yeah.
Because who doesn't like cannoli? I mean, even vampires like cannoli.
They had street vendors that would sell things. What they sold, who God only knows. So.
Yeah. There's not really many vendors out at this time. I mean, it's early evening, so they're all heading home. You're still occasionally passing some people. Probably the occasional prostitute is out selling their wares. Does Vincent stop?
Yeah. Oh yeah. He totally does.
Oh no.
Hey.
And it turns out
I would just grab Vincent by the arm and
Hey, come on! What's
go steer him away.
I'm not going to spoil my dinner.
Beautiful, bounteous city without sampling some of the wares. I mean,
Okay,
They'll still be there later. Don't worry.
Okay. All right. So you guys make your way to the basilica.
Mikhail's also noticing the prostitutes and kind of the more underground aspects of Venice, but a bit more subtly than Vincent.
Okay.
It's kind of weird.
Venice,
Okay,
we're
this
talking
is
more underwater than
Does he
underground.
talk about that?
No.
No, he doesn't. He's not going to talk about his whole underground network at all. Leaving me out here.
Okay. You will be then heading right to the basilica. Iskra, I need another roll, please.
Okay. Same ones?
Yeah.
Okay, so performance.
This place is adorned in religious iconic.
Yeah.
I can never say the word.
So
Iconic.
gorgeous. It's so beautiful.
Iconography.
Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for.
It was performance and what?
Composure.
Composure. Okay.
Yeah, you can spend a blood point to.
I'm just gonna see how it goes.
Oh.
Don't know what that
Possible
means.
bestial failure.
Oh God.
Okay. You see.
that doesn't sound good.
You
No.
see the sign of the cross, or the cross.
And I just stopped.
You more than that. You start hissing.
Oh God. I'm like hissing at the crosses.
And starting to back away. You've never reacted this way.
No, too much, too many.
Yep. Anna stops and she's like, "What is wrong with you?"
There's boss around.
I don't know how to explain. Too many.
Praetor wants to go over towards her and try to lay hands upon her shoulders and speak low and calmly. It is going to be all right. You will survive this.
Okay, just stand with me, okay?
I shall.
Okay.
I'll take her hand.
This is why we're here for the commentators.
Yes.
Was Zoya going to do something?
I don't know. I was trying to think of if there was anything I could do to help, like, bolster her.
You
just
could.
try to like take an arm and just try to just give her a little bit more courage.
That sounds like something you could do with charisma and perhaps leadership.
Okay.
Because she's going to need something to
Oh,
push her
yes.
forward. She's recoiling in terror.
Let's see
Oh,
if-
God.
Wow.
Holy crow. All right.
Yeah,
5
that's a lot.
successes.
And I'm
That's a
just
lot of
gonna
it.
whisper in her ear, you can do this. Like,
I'll try.
I don't know what's going on here, but
Past trauma.
okay.
Zoya is your life coach. And I'm going to say she probably takes your hand.
Okay.
And between her and Praetor, you guys are making your way.
Yeah.
I'm probably shaking at this point too.
Vincent's
Okay.
going to try his own brand of.
No,
Okay.
V, it's
Here, just cross
V,
all
don't
this
try to
makes me
help.
feel
V,
so
don't.
much more relaxed.
He's gonna come. It's like just whispering in her. It's like, I can kill one of the priests if it'll help you feel better.
She can't even talk
He
right now.
flashes a knife. He's like, "Would you like me to do that? Carve their name into one of these
If you'd
crosses."
like to sit on Chiron, that might be more comfortable for you.
Well, you can't take the horse in the Basilica.
Yeah.
No, but we can take it to the Basilica.
Yes.
No,
but you
we're
can't
already
make-
we're
but
already
you
there.
can't make it pray. So.
And we can make it pay.
Mm.
Okay. Between these two figures, Iskra, your initial thoughts that you were going to burst into flame
Yeah.
when you stepped closer.
Uh-huh.
You will get inside. You are shaking like a leaf.
Right. Yeah.
But
Mhm.
the two of them are going to follow Anna towards an area behind the altar. You guys kind of slip in there, and you kind of go down some stairs. You do reach what literally looks like a panel on the wall, where Anna pushes a spot on the wall, slides open just like the movies.
Oh, a secret door! I love this place. I
And
do.
you guys go down several flights of stairs. The
Are they
feeling
spiraling stairs?
Sure, why not? No, they're not.
With a
That'd be
left-hand
difficult.
twist.
This whole thing
This
is
Chris,
like this
the-
is really
the
just.
The further you go down, you feel a little bit better. Because as you've come down here, there's no crosses, there's no statues of the Virgin Mary or anything. So you start to feel a little bit better.
Okay.
Anna says, you will be housed in the apartments that the prince owns beneath. The deliberations begin each night shortly after sundown, continue about till 3 a.m. Tonight's session has just gotten underway, so your timing is almost perfect. She takes you through several twisting and turning corridors until you arrive in a large room with 4 long tables filled with men and women of different ages, different ethnicities, but they all seem to be talking at once. You hear smatterings of German, French, then people switching back to Latin, just all sorts. Mihail, you even think you hear Arabic from one corner of the room, but they all seem to be just all trying to talk at once. This, you would gather, is the council, and a figure sits at a table nearby, and I am going to show them to you. And he turns his attention as you arrive. And this is, I'm butchering his name, Narses, the Prince of Venice. and he looks over you, and he kind of gives kind of a half smile. And if you didn't know any better, you'd almost get a feeling of like he was almost like, oh, thank God, something to distract me from this. and he just kind of sits up straight and just kind of waves you over, and Anna just basically just gestures and says, this is His Highness Narcissus, Prince of Venice, and then she just kind of quickly slides back.
I walk up and can I actually make a etiquette roll to give a good impression?
Yeah, actually, that's actually one thing I was gonna have people do was etiquette rolls. If you really want to try to impress him, if you're just, basically just like, hey, hi, I'm so and so. But if you're trying to make a good impression, yeah, then I probably need either manipulation or composure and etiquette. So if you're trying to really kiss up, you need a roll like that.
Okay, I'm trying to kiss up, and do my good looks help, or?
Yeah, I'll give you. Actually, no, I take that back. You get the feeling this is a very old vampire who doesn't care how good looking you are.
Oh.
So
In my case, not.
Yeah.
So no, in this
also,
case,
I'm not
no.
trying to use presence because I know that could be an insult.
That might turn out bad.
Could
No.
be, yes.
oh,
Oh, that's a
God.
lot of dice.
2 successes.
Not a lot of successes.
What do you say?
Oh, 2 successes. I kind of go to one knee, bow, and say, introduce myself. That went through introduction where I kind of recite my whole lineage.
Okay.
I am Mikhail Stelz's child of. I don't remember who my sire is because I've got it written up. Anyway, let's go all the way back to Ventru.
Mr. That's an old joke. Yeah, thing from the Flintstones. He kind of puts out his hand. He wants you to kiss the ring.
I kiss her.
Okay. All right. And he says, "You are welcome here."
I kind of take a step back and let.
Okay.
I would also like to make a good impression.
Okay.
And I
So-
have the status advantage. So it says here that it's possible to add your status to a dice pool along with a social trait, especially for first meetings and court happenings. So would that apply?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
that sounds fair. Yeah.
So you said it's a
I'll manipulation or composure and etiquette. So.
okay. So etiquette. It's +1.
Okay.
All right.
Well, you don't say a lot or
I'm
Fine.
nervous. She's
Yeah.
never done this before.
yeah.
But yeah, so she'll walk up and she'll try to mimic Mihail, like what he
Mhm.
did, and just be like, yeah, I am Zoya Karpova,
Okay.
child of she's saying
Oh no.
of Leopold von Trier, commander with the Order of the Black Cross. Your Excellency.
Any Order of the Black Cross. Very interesting.
And then step aside and stand next to Mihail.
We'll just be sliding over as we go.
Okay.
Be like,
All right.
I forgot.
looking
what
at
you're
him like,
supposed
did
to
I do that right? I don't.
Now you don't have to try this extra roll,
roll. Okay.
but if you're trying to impress him,
Yeah, I think I probably should try.
okay. All right.
Okay, so
So,
it was
Manipulation or it's going to be etiquette
okay.
plus either composure or manipulation, whatever you're better
Okay.
at.
Okay. Okay, let me find composure. Roll, see how we do. Is that good?
Not bad.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and
Yeah,
introduce
so
yourself.
I will walk up to him and say, I am Iskra from Bulgaria with the Bruja tribe. It is a pleasure to meet you.
kind of puts out the hand for you to kiss the ring.
And I will.
And he kind of grumbles something under his breath about rabble. And he's like, "You are seen." So.
And I go over to where everyone else is gone.
Waiting for
Praetor will
VV.
attempt to do the same.
No, let's do Praetor next. I want to say VV for last.
Oh.
Yeah. Is there any special difficulty or just roll?
Just roll. So,
Okay.
now, are you attempting to? Okay, you are attempting.
I'm not trying to impress him so much as just everybody from our group so far has done so. So
Okay.
Praetor will go up.
Probably
and
a
do
good
the same.
idea at that point. Not
Yeah.
just hey, sup.
I will go up. I will bow. Praetor, Clan Nosferatu, child of Turvel, and then basically that's all he'll say.
This isn't who sent you.
He asked that of me,
Yes.
Prince Sergei of Sofia.
Kind of sneers a little bit. You are seen.
He'll kiss the ring if he offers.
Okay.
If he offers it.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Now nobody's going to want to kiss the ring after an
Yeah.
Nosferatu.
Well, I was waiting to go last, but I thought PV might have said things over the top.
Oh yeah, let's save the potential for last. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, first I'm going to ask if I could perhaps persuade the storyteller for a different role, because I'm thinking charisma and politics might work here.
I will allow that.
Okay. All right. I'm going to put some surge on this.
And then I want to know specifically what you're going to say.
He
Because
is.
if you're invoking politics.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
And so he now I don't actually know like all the details of this prince, but I'm going to assume that Vincent does. So, or at least he knows enough, because it's his job. It's part of his job to like know who wants to kill who and who's in play and everything like that.
Okay.
So yeah, he knows. He at least read the primer on Italian politics. So
Everybody trying to kill each other.
right, exactly. And he's going to recount certain political machinations in favor of that paints this prince in a
Okay.
better light. So yeah.
Let's see the roll.
All right.
Oh, boom.
There we go.
Very nice.
There we go. That's a. So
Okay.
he is, and of course he's got a little bit. He's got the rose there. He's got one of his daggers that just slips out of his sleeve, and then he says, "I have heard of the scheming and the machinations where you have triumphed over your opposition, your enemies, in fine form." You know, and he says, "It is my honor to be here before you."
You are a rose, no doubt.
You have guessed right. In the flesh. You've heard of me, of course.
And he actually kind of nods
Yeah.
a little bit. And he's like, puts out the ring.
Yeah. And he's going to flourish a little bit and take that in. And he's going to look at it for a second, realizing that Praetor just kissed this ring.
Set you up. Set you up.
Summon up the willpower and just like,
Ew.
just a little peck. Yeah.
Okay. And he says, you are seen, be welcome. After you have all talked to him, there is another character who walks in and is standing near the prince. So let me get him real quick. Wait, hold on. There we go.
Something happened.
Yeah. User error. Let's see. So I need to get this next character for you. And that is... He introduces another man by the name of Guillermo. And I will show you him in 1 second. Here we go. He doesn't look at you quite like this. This is kind of a weird picture, but it'll give you an idea what he looks like. So. So he doesn't come up to you like this or anything like that, but
Oh, it's just a drawing. Okay.
Did we use
Yeah.
Praetor?
I
We
believe
did.
we did.
He stepped off into the shadows, I
There he
guess.
is.
Oh, there he is.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nosferatu snuck off
Yes,
into the
exactly.
shadows.
Hmm. Yes.
Internet dropped out there for a minute. Sorry.
That's okay. The prince introduces this man as Guillermo. He says he is my gives a term that essentially means second in command. He is
Consigliere?
Oh, maybe it is that. Yeah.
I don't believe that term exists yet, but
Oh, okay.
Too much Mario Puzo.
yeah. But Guillermo just nods, and he introduces himself as Clan La Sombra, and indicates that he is and he kind of laughs a little bit, says the moderator of tonight's discussion. As you can see, it can become a bit chaotic, but I attempt to keep order from so many wide varieties of opinions.
Vincent's secretly wondering just who he angered to be blessed with such a position. Seems like a job nobody wants.
Probably fought pretty hard for it, actually.
Oh, okay.
It's moderator? No.
Yeah.
No. Moderator. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
You sense that this is all something that's being organized, but is it going to benefit Venice? All of these soldiers and all of this equipment that's supposed to come through Venice and be loaded on these ships, the cost that this will cost the city, is this worth it essentially to the city? Guillermo says, you've just arrived, but you need some time to refresh yourselves before you enter this dull discussion. And he will summon a ghoul. You can tell they're a ghoul. I hate to say it, but they're just a regular human, but they're pretty pale, who is going to take you to your rooms.
Okay.
They are fairly close by, maybe up another level. Each of the rooms are beautiful. The floors are covered with mosaics containing gold, bronze, and the greatest variety of stones. The walls are likewise decorated with mosaics, Byzantine sculptures, and statues of various saints and martyrs. So we're going to get back to Iskra in a moment.
Yeah.
All the artwork bears the subtle perversions of traditional Christian, and that's the word I can't say,
Iconography.
Yep,
Iconography.
you got it. One would expect in the chambers of the Archbishop of Nod, head of the Cainite heresy, which is something that you probably have not heard of. But you look at these things, you're going, but wait, that's not like the way. And they're like, wait, why does Jesus look like he might have fangs? Some of these pictures are really kind of bother you almost.
I approve.
Why? I think it's artistic, you know.
Yeah. Iskra.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're given a very similar room, and nobody knew your particular
Praetor
requirements.
knows. Yeah.
Praetor now suspects.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I would say Iskra probably pauses at her doorway before she goes in.
Once Praetor looks over his room, at that point he will if like Iskra is still in the hallway or
Uh-huh.
something, like looking in,
Yeah.
I'll walk over and be like, I can take these out of here if you need me to.
That'd be good. That would help.
Yeah. He'll move whatever, or take out whatever's bothering her. Like, is this is this someone? Can this stay? Does this need to go?
Anything from the church has to.
Okay, he'll just take anything that seems to bother her, move it over to his room, and just kind of leave it on the floor.
The ghoul kind of watches this. It's like kind of noting this.
Mm.
But okay. How about everybody else? How do you like your rooms?
Vince is gonna miss this city. Like when he gets another job. It's so great here. He's looking for the rose water and everything. He's just like, the slightly perverse, devilish iconography, the artistic twists, interpretations on Christian themes is just, he's just noticing all the little flourishes and everything, people positioned in ways that they quite not shouldn't be. And he's here for it. He's here for all of it. In fact, if it were stunningly beautiful, he might even suffer from his clan bane, and just get lost in staring at it for hours and hours.
It's funny you mentioned that.
I knew that was coming.
Yes, and I need to see what kind of role that is. I think there's a role you need to make to not be like obsessed with beauty.
I think so too. I don't. Let me just go ahead and see if I can pull that up real quick.
Yeah.
So yes, it is aesthetic fixation. A desire for beauty takes over when in lesser surroundings they suffer. Within settings they find that's less than beautiful. Obsession, when their compulsion is they cannot speak of anything but that object, be it a person, piece of artwork, or blood spatter in the right lighting, the sunrise itself. They cannot take their attention from it. Any other actions receive a 2 dice penalty. So he's just gonna be like, it's so beautiful. Look at all he doesn't even care if anybody else is in the room. He's just gonna be like, talking to himself.
The ghoul has wandered away. Is with Mihail now.
Mihail is regretting having the room next to Vincent.
The walls are thin. He hears him through the walls and everything.
Oh no.
And the rooms are big. I mean, they are very big. Now Zoya has her whole contingent with her, so it's
right. So I was gonna say I'm gonna pause at my door and just take note of Iskra to make sure she looks like she's okay, and note the fact that Praetor's carrying all the crosses out of the room. As soon as I feel like she's taken care of, I'm gonna step into my room, and then I would look to see, like, have they accounted? Did they know that I was traveling with companions? Have they accounted for that?
No.
Do I need to? No. Okay, so I need to get the attention of the ghoul.
Okay.
To see if they can make up like pallets at least, or bring in, on the floor or whatever for the all the ladies to.
These.
Elizabeth can share the bed with me, but the other three
sleep on the floor.
If they could get 3 pallets made. No, I'm not sharing them with you.
He had to try. So.
Strict hands off.
Yeah. RHIP.
Okay. Yeah, he says, we can. He's like, and he brings in some blankets. He's just like pallets. He's like, no, he brings in some blankets and some extra pillows and starts like kind of arranging things, and you get the feeling that's what this guy's job is. He's concierge, I hate to say it, for visitors for the prince. So he starts taking care of all of that, and then kind of goes back to he kind of peeks in Iskra's room, and again he's like, everything all right?
It's getting better.
Is there anything
I will take care of this.
Oh, and yeah, he hears a voice behind him say, "I can take care of this." He's like, "Okay," he kind of slides out.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. Mikhail, in the meantime, changed to some clean clothes.
Okay. And you have like a basin for washing and things like that. So.
Okay.
Then, so is the ghost still there? Yes,
No, he is left.
Did he stop by Vincent's room at all?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. Vincent would straining himself to like even pay attention to the school, just like really, he's just at the far periphery of his attention. He like just extends a hand without even breaking his gaze from this glorious mosaic that just shows all of these saints and religious figures in really, really just deliciously perverse positions and everything. And just he's going to extend a hand, just go like, wine. Like that, just one word. That's all he can manage at this point. Wine, and he's not even going to make eye contact. Yeah,
he will leave and we'll come back with
the hand's still out. It's just,
It's just waiting for the wine.
it's just like give it to me, like, and then go. Goodbye.
One thing he does before he leaves everyone's room, he's like, "Do you require sustenance?"
You have? Yes, please. What do you have?
And he kind of just rolls up his sleeves and kind of.
Here, have some.
Okay, nothing. I'll prefer to find my own.
Okay.
I just say I have everything I need, and I just close the door.
Okay. He doesn't know enough about clans and things like that to know your requirements.
Vincent will just go ahead and take a sip. Yeah.
Okay.
A little
right.
chaser with the wine. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Is he gonna take just enough to just relieve himself of that one dot?
Down
hunger?
to the one dot. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I think you can just like right click it. I think. Or,
Yep.
Or you hit the X and it gets rid of him. Okay. He doesn't ask Iskra. He got the feeling when Praetor appeared behind him, he should fuck off.
Good instincts.
Yes.
He's trained.
Yeah. Praetor has no interest. I'm only at 1 hunger, so I'm fine.
I think I'm at 2. Am I? Let me see. I'm at 2 hunger.
Okay.
Yeah, but he didn't offer you anything.
No.
Well, he didn't get a chance to. So.
Oh, yeah, that's true. He didn't get a chance to. I scared him off. Sorry.
It's okay. You've helped a little. It's okay.
As far as Praetor is concerned, he'll take anything out of there until she seems okay to enter the room, and he'll just move it to his room, put it either on the floor, the table, wherever it'll fit. He's not planning on doing much over here. Once he's done with all that and can get her into the room, he wants to shut the door and stay in behind her and kind of like, I want to discuss something with you. If you have a moment, you can compose yourself.
Okay. Yeah. What's up?
Did Sergei give you a mission?
Yes. I think it was to see the council. Let me look at my letter that I received.
Did he copy and paste your letter just like mine? So,
possibly.
I'm sure the storyteller, on the other hand.
Yeah.
There was some slight differences. Not much.
Yeah.
There was something in there about the Pope of the Roman Church calling for war.
Indeed. Sergei wants us to advocate for this crusade to continue. He asked me to advocate for this to continue. Okay. Some of the locals may object to this crusade, but is Sergei's position that it should move forward? Is that what he told you?
I think it's pretty much the same, yeah.
Okay. I did not wish to be at cross purposes with you if Sergei gave you some other mission.
I don't think so. Let me skim through this letter here really quick. Part of my letter indicates I was supposed to find Vincent.
I was supposed to meet Mihail and Zoya. That was all. Both patricians.
Okay.
And Greeks at that. But that is all. I was to intercept them and lead them to Venice. But as far as Sergei's personal requests, He wanted me to at least indicate that the crusade should move forward. There are those here locally who may feel that it should be dissuaded.
Ah, I see. There's definitely something in here about the crusade. I'm trying to figure out. Sorry, I'm still trying to calm down. Let's see.
And Praetor will speak softly, not like he usually does.
Oh, yes.
I don't know how thin the walls are.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's similar to yours, with the exception of you didn't have to find Vincent or anyone else specifically. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense then. Yeah. Okay.
There is.
Yes.
Okay, then we're in agreement. We at least can proceed on the same front, as it
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Yes. Sergei wants this, I think, to happen. I don't know much about how to do that, though, but we'll figure it out.
Well, we need to convince those powers that be that this is beneficial to all of our kind, perhaps involved.
That could work.
And we may have unwitting allies. There are undoubtedly others here who wish to proceed with that, who may have more influence over the prince than we do as visitors. It may behoove us to at least find them and get them to understand that we are on their side, and perhaps can assist them in whatever endeavors they might need in order to move this crusade forward.
Yeah, that can work.
All right. Then I will bid you good evening, and if you need help or anything, please do not hesitate to call upon me.
I'm a little hungry. I don't know. Maybe if I calm down, I'll feel better.
Perhaps. If not, I would recommend talking to the ghoul when he comes back and see if he can find something for you to feast upon.
That'd be good, yeah.
Very well.
I'll just...
If I see him, I will send him your way.
Okay. Thank you.
And
She
with that,
having a
Praetor
blood
will
sugar
return.
moment? Or, so.
Yeah. Praetor will return to his room, like, just wait for this guy to come back. He'll basically go sit down on his bed, cot, whatever they gave them, kind of just look around and just quietly wait. He does nothing yet to do at this point. Nothing else left.
Okay. And each of the other characters have their own motivations for being here. So Zoya has some people to speak to if she'd like to. Now that she's kind of seen some things. She was sent by, I believe we said her sire. And I will let you tell us what her sire's, her sire had I want to say ordered her to come to this council. But what would their opinion be of an upcoming crusade?
I was actually sitting over here busily trying to figure out what that might be. But which side of it that they would be on?
Well, people always say war is good for business.
Yeah,
now,
I would think they would be in favor.
Okay.
The Teutonic Knights would be in favor of another crusade, right?
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Now, where she's from, is that considered? That's not really considered part of the Byzantine Empire because they haven't really gotten that far. Russia is still. Is it
Oh
Christian?
no, yeah, the Byzant. Kiev became Christian. I think it was in around 950 or so.
Okay.
Basically, yeah, by effectively, like the prince of Kiev at the time, I think, drugged the entire city out into the river and mass baptized them all.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's actually kind of but the thing with early Rus would be that they were Christian, but they still kept a lot of their same pagan Slavic beliefs at the same time. So she would she would kind of be a little bit of a mix, like personally. And 988, thank you, brother. Good to have you there. Yeah. So
Okay.
she's
Okay.
she's fine with it. It's Kyiv has a
Okay.
complicated relationship with Constantinople. I would say.
Okay. Let's go to Mihail, because he has an agenda of his own.
Yeah. Mihail is actually not that interested in the crusade one way or another. Kind of the mortals and their business. And he's more of almost an opportunist to kind of trying to set up his own temple in the Venice area. Way to kind of ingratiate himself with the powers that be.
Now, when we had discussed your character, he possibly had a different place of origin than he. Is that still correct?
Yeah. No, he has a different clan. He is still from Thessaloniki in Greece. His sire is Egyptian.
Okay, that's where I was going. Okay.
Yeah. So it's so most of his background is completely fake, but that's character.
Okay. Because that may come into play, so that's why I was making sure I remember that correctly.
Yeah, I mean, he's just going to kind of listen now, and he's good at letting people believe what they want to believe about him.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So if he speaks to people who are pro the war, they'll think he's pro the war without him actually saying so. If he has people who are against the war, they'll be convinced that he's against the war, despite the fact he didn't actually say it at all. Just kind of assume that he's on their side.
Okay. He sounds like a real politician. So. Okay. How about VV?
VV's here for the job, and somebody needs somebody dead, and that's what he's here for. The market for killing other people is never hurting in some place like Italy, where there are nobles and various Italian egos that are just, and families that have been war with each other for generations. So he feels that this is a literal bazaar of murder for him. So
you could just specialize in bumping out doges.
Right, exactly.
Couple of them a year or so.
Yes, exactly. And there's so much money to be made, and there's so many delicious and wonderful wares to be sampled. Whether they're walking on the streets, or whether they're coming from bottles, or whether they're just beautifully preserved mosaics. I mean, like he couldn't be happier. He is in his element, and he's just waiting to perform his job here and slaughter someone. So like send them on to the next, introduce them to the next world, as he is fond of saying. So, yeah.
Okay. Once you've kind of finished your getting freshened up, the ghoul has returned, and murder never hurt anyone.
Yeah, in fact, it's probably a mercy for some people. So
the ghoul kind of innocently returns and is like, I was requested to bring you back to the council if you are ready.
I'm a little hungry.
Oh, and he kind of rolls up his other sleeve.
Okay.
And just kind of offers it.
Take. I'm not going to drain him, but enough where I can calm down now.
All right. Take enough for just to relieve 1 dot of hunger.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So yeah, just remove that 1 dot. You should be just down to 1 then.
Okay. I'm trying to get it to go. Let's see. Oh, well, I'll put it back. Okay. I am down to 1 now.
Okay. All right. So he will kind of bring you each one by one back to the council. Oh wait, hold on.
It's just like, but do we have to already? It's just he has to tear his eyes away from this wonderful artwork. Okay, fine.
And he's like trembling. He's like, I like, okay, yes, please,
Shut up! I know you're just doing your job. Okay, I didn't even have the whole night to obsess over that artwork. So unhappy.
Question for Zoya: does she bring her whole posse with her?
No, I would think not. I was being
That was wise. But I wanted to see what your answer was.
I'm debating whether though I should bring Christina just because of so she to translate any Italian.
Yeah, you kind of get a look from Guillermo, but when you explain that, he's like, he just nods. He's like, all right. He's like, otherwise, ghouls stay in the kitchen. I know, but he's like, all right. So when you guys return, there was kind of a break in the discussion. As you walk back in, the attendees, they either seem to barely notice you. Some of them just seem to be just kind of doing their own thing, or they just kind of stare at you like who the hell invited them? In accordance with the traditions, you guys have introduced yourselves, stated your intentions. Guillermo says you do not have to join the discussions if you choose not to. I don't know what your particular orders are for those you represent, but you are welcome to stay and listen for now. And what he's going to do is he's going to introduce kind of all the players to you. And the first person he's going to introduce is Tommaso Braxino. I'm just absolutely butchering this name. And Tommaso begins speaking first. And we're not gonna go through every single thing he's saying. We're gonna sum it up for everybody. Here's Tommaso. He Guillermo tells you that he is Tommaso is a La Sombra from Spain, and that he begins to give an impassioned speech. Anyone who speaks Spanish, which I think it's Vivi definitely speaks Spanish. He favors sending the Crusaders to Palestine, to the Holy Land, to support other Christian factions that are nearby. So, and I believe I shared his picture with you. All right. There is a woman sitting next to him that appears to be a Canaanite as well. But one thing you notice is she does not say a word. In fact, it almost seems like she's maybe not allowed to speak. That's what Guillermo tells you. He says, that one, no. Tommaso does not allow her to speak. And here she is. And Guillermo mentions that her name is Lucita. She is from Aragon. But she does not speak. And any vampire lore nerds will know her name. Another person stands. And anyone who speaks German will hear his Latin has a very German accent to it. And let me find him for you. Oops, wait. Won't have him there yet. Un momento, por favor. Okay. This character speaks, and again, he is speaking his Latin with a heavy German accent. And this is Lanzo von Suschen. I might be saying that wrong. He is a Ventru, and is in fact Harstadt's child, so he is quite old. He begins to speak and argue with Tommaso. The kind of the gist of his speech is that he instead favors sending the armies to Egypt, and attempt to split the Muslim armies in half. He says if we can cut them in twain, they cannot unite and defend the Holy Lands. There are two other gentlemen sitting with him that Guillermo will tell you a bit about, and they are, and again I'm butchering these names, I apologize. One is sitting on the left of Lonzo, and this is Amri de Versailles. He is a French Ventru. And to the right stands another character. He stands up, and let me get him for you. And his name is Roland du Rechet. Get him. Not that you're going to remember what they look like later on, but I like to... I don't have his picture. Okay. He begins to argue with Lonzo. And Lonzo is very full of hyperbole and bluster, and is very, we need to show these savages, referring to the Muslims, the strength of the church, and they must be driven from the Holy Land so that they cannot gain strength. And he kind of nods. The man named Roland, who's next to him, is actually one of his aides. And he will stand up and sees that Tommaso is getting very, very cross at Lonzo's debating with him. So Roland seems to almost have like kind of a different approach that you notice. He's definitely more style. And Vivi actually probably kind of likes his approach, because he's not all bluster like, I'm Ventru, you have to listen to what I tell you. Error. Okay, trying to restart the server, guys. And he will actually Roland kind of looks over and he sees the characters watching, and he's just kind of studying each of you one at a time. Almost kind of looking at you like, who would most be willing to perhaps stick their neck out and join the debate? Almost like when you're in school and the teacher's looking at somebody to call on, you're getting that feeling like they want to volunteer to come to the board. Basically, you're getting that feeling.
I have to be honest. Like, for once in his life, like, Vivi is not going to step into the building.
he did not take the bait.
He's here to kill people and take money, and also enjoy, his various materialistic pleasures. And so, I'm going to literally roll stealth if I have to just have him kind of like disappear. Notice it all.
His gaze will drift off to you.
Yeah, exactly. Just gonna like disappear.
And his point really is coming down to, he acknowledges Lanzo's authority, but says attacking the Holy Land directly has never worked. We've had 3 previous crusades where we've attempted to force our way in there, and we're fighting against an enemy who's well entrenched with long supply lines. And he will look over at Mihail and say, "Friend, you've just arrived. My name is Roland du Rocher. And you are?"
I'm Mihail and Astellas. These are my traveling companions, Iskra, Petro, Zoya, and... Well, there was one more, but he seems to have left.
And the server's back up, guys.
Okay.
And he says, and he's thinking about your name. He goes, "I think I recognize your name, friend."
Very good ear, then.
He's like, "Are you a patrician as well?"
Yes, I am. As you are as well.
Could you, when you're not back in. I'll come. I was going to say when you're in Foundry.
That's good old school.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Oh,
Well,
there
I
is
want
that
to tell you.
too.
I want to tell you what to roll though. Could you give me a intelligence and insight roll, please?
Intelligence is not my strong suit. I'm actually going to rouse for this. Can I?
Yes. Yep.
And that is D12. Never mind. I failed the rouse checks, but I still get the extra.
Okay.
I roll 2 successes.
Okay. You recognize him. You don't know the name Roland du Rocher, but you recognize him from something. Something in the back of your head's like, I know this guy. And Roland will say to you, given our unsuccessful attempts in previous years, all the lost lives, all the lost money, and a figure at the end of the table kind of goes, and Guillermo will tell everyone, that's Domenico Giovanni. His family's invested a great deal of capital into this venture, and he wonders what success will look like. Roland says, do you not think it is better for this crusade to end in victory than in failure?
Well, victory is always better than failure, but it's not really the question you're asking, is it? What do you really want to know?
Well, do we undertake this crusade with little chance of success, with little chance of... the term return on investment does not exist at this time, but that is basically what he's...
Okay, do you need me to move then?
Well, the fact is that the people want a crusade. The people are kind of struggling.
You're not muted, Matt.
Oh. Sorry, thought I hit the mute.
Yeah, well, I'm saying that the people want the crusade. They're struggling with all the various taxes, waiving by tax, and they need a crusade, and it's something to look forward to. And so, I mean, I think it's a mistake thinking that the point of a crusade is to victory or to take the Holy Land. It isn't. The point of a crusade is to give the people something to look forward to, give them a cause to march. Whether it fails us, whether we take over the Holy Land or not, doesn't really matter.
And Tommaso says, what do you mean not retake the Holy Land? You would have it held by... And he just kind of wrinkles his nose, and there is someone at the other end of the table who is darker complexion, we're going to say, and this is one of the people you had heard speak Arabic earlier. And Tommaso kind of looks over at him and says, forgive me, cousin. I meant no offense, but Constantinople and Jerusalem should be in the hands of Christians, not other tribes.
Do you believe it's God's will that Constantinople and Jerusalem should be in the hands of Christians?
And Roland then looks over at Zoya. What say you, friend?
I say that it is the sacred duty of the Teutonic Order to bring Christianity to Constantinople, and with the full might of the Order behind the crusade, I don't see failure as an option.
But we've seen this before. 3 times before.
And I suspect we'll see it again.
Then are we just setting ourselves up for failure?
Or maybe each time we weaken them a little bit more until we finally are victorious.
Or do we weaken ourselves a bit more because we haven't exactly exited that well from the last couple of crusades. Some of us here are still old enough to remember them. Why don't we ask them?
They all kind of give a look like we're all old enough to remember.
Maybe I'm kind of getting confused. When was the last crusade anyway?
I would have to look it up, honestly. I'm sure somebody can find it before I can. I mean, right now it's the year 1202. So I don't know when the 3rd crusade ended. But what I would like is...
Okay, I misspoke. My character, actually, I remember the 3rd crusade, and we only didn't do
Okay. Okay.
That's old enough. Actually, pretty much all of us old enough. It's 1990. I think 1192.
Okay.
10 years ago.
Okay, so not that long ago. Okay. I'd like everyone to give me a wits and awareness roll, please.
Okay.
I can do that.
Because you're all really listening to Roland, who's giving some passionate speech.
Is
Or successes.
before I do this,
Mhm.
are shall we call them refreshments going to be available throughout the night?
Yeah, Guillermo's like, we'll get you something, don't worry.
Fantastic. All right, that's what I wanted to hear.
Remember, they're in the kitchen.
The kitchen is open.
That's all I needed to know.
Oh,
All
god
right.
damn.
Yeah, just to reiterate, V, my kitchen is not open to you.
We'll see about that. All right, I can't help it if some of your kitchen wanders away throughout the night. So.
Oh my.
And Matt,
So,
I don't know if you've heard that with
yeah.
the roll.
Unfortunately, I couldn't hear anything. I walked too far away
No, that's fine.
for the headset to work.
Yep, no, that's fine. Could you give me a wits and awareness roll, please?
I'm decent at those. Just one.
Okay. Anybody who got 2 or
I
more.
got 4.
Okay.
What did I get? I got a 4.
Okay.
I got 3.
Okay. Anybody who got 2 or more, you notice that Tommaso is basically staring daggers at you, because anyone who's talking with Roland and appears to be not even necessarily agreeing with him, but is just engaging in this nonsensical conversation. He is just staring daggers at you.
But only those of us who have actually engaged in this conversation, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes. This is why
Yeah.
I don't get in
So-
the middle of these sorts of things.
Which is fair because Zoya and Mihail rolled the best.
Yeah.
But yeah, you notice he is just glaring at you.
No, Vivi's going to kind of sidle over, and be like, "I'm with you, man. I'm not."
If I don't see him glaring at me, I kind of turn to him and tip my hat and listen to the position.
You do notice that he leans over and kind of covers his mouth, and he's talking to Lucida. And you do notice that he nods towards Mihail, and he nods towards Zoya. And he will stand up, and basically he's like leaving the chamber for the evening. These debates have gone on for hours, so you really were hearing them go back and forth and back and forth, back and forth, really before Roland kind of stood up and engaged you guys. So it is probably 1 o'clock in the morning at this point. And Roland is almost kind of gives Tommaso a good evening. We'll talk again tomorrow night. And this is the end of the debate for tonight. They're typically go till 3, but it appears some people are a little pissed off and get up and walk out.
Well, I smell an opportunity, because where people are pissed off, sometimes they're pissed off enough to pay for violence.
Praetor will engage in violence for free.
You're losing out on a marketable opportunity there.
Yeah. Vincent is undercutting you.
Yes.
Right.
He's expensive. I'm free.
He may not be aware that certain people are perhaps pissed off enough to engage in violence right now. So I will, on a little parchment piece of paper, very discreetly, I will bring one of the trusted, ghouls or servants over, or myself deliver this if I feel nobody is up to the task, and make sure that the Spanish contingent, as we shall call them, are aware that I have served, and I will be of service, with little VVs on the parchment, so, like that, if someone needs to die, little skull and crossbones on there to get the message across, like, you just need somebody killed, just interested parties here. Nobody else needs to know, sometimes debating is really just the long way round. Yeah.
and actually, as you do that, the message is delivered, and Lucida comes back out.
Outstanding. Yeah.
To speak to you. She says, "So you are the infamous Vincent Valorissimo."
At your service.
So I don't believe we will need your services this evening.
I understand. Unfortunate, but I understand. I will be here for several days, just in case you change your mind, or if the time becomes more appropriately correct in a dramatically appropriate fashion.
Okay.
Or if you run out of patience, I understand you have quite a bit already, so.
And she's like, kind of gives you a duly noted, and turns around and walks away. Okay. This is about where we're going to wrap up for tonight, but I want to see kind of everybody's kind of final action for the evening, kind of before we wrap up.
So there were several Ventru in the room. I just want to be clear, like which ones were pro sending?
Sure.
Marguerite, or
Yeah, I was trying to do notes, and when the server died, it didn't let me save my notes.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go back over it.
Okay.
The Ventru favored, and that was Lonzo von Suschen, the German. He favors sending the Crusaders to Egypt to try to split the Muslim armies in half there. His aides were Amri de Versailles and Roland Du Rocher, the guy you were just speaking with. The Ventru favor sending the Crusaders to Egypt.
They were all Ventru?
Yeah.
And they were all vampires?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not going to be able to keep this in my head at all. So
Well, I write it down so I don't have to remember.
I'm already losing it. So
The Spanish La Sombra, that's this
Tommaso
wants to basically, let's just attack Palestine again like we always have. Except this time we just send more troops and more God on our side, and we'll win this time.
And he has Lucita in his court. And then we have Domenico Giovanni. It's kind of like the third, the third wheel, I guess.
Yeah, he's more of a local interest. Basically, Venetians have been putting up a lot of money for this to happen. Not all the troops have arrived yet. They're kind of slowly trickling in, and he just kind of represents the bankers, basically, of
who's bankrolling all of
this. Now there are some others there. There was a gentleman that I mentioned earlier, and I am going to absolutely butcher his name, Kadia Sadie, who is a Muslim La Sombra, who obviously doesn't favor a Christian invasion of the Holy Lands. He was the one who Tommaso had said, apologies, cousin. He is representing basically that contingent of the La Sombra clan, the Muslim La Sombra. And Anna, you are told, is a Byzantine. You were not told what clan she is, but basically the La Sombra and the Ventru, they kind of mouth support for the ailing Byzantine Empire, but neither faction really offers more than words. They're kind of like, yeah, it sucks to be you, and if we get around to it, maybe we'll help you. So there are a couple different factions at play. Now what we'll do in the next episode is we'll kind of go back over those again to kind of give you a refresher of kind of where everybody sits.
So Tommaso is pro actually sending people.
Yes.
So why was he staring daggers at us if we were arguing in his favor?
Well, you're he wants,
this is what Zoya is wondering.
No. Well, it's basically where are they sending the troops is the debate.
Okay.
They're coming through here no matter what. It's straight to Palestine or go to Egypt to divide the enemy in half.
Right. It's they all agree we want to do this, but it's where are they going? And Tommaso wants them to go back into Palestine. But it's the Ventru are like, no, we want to send them to Egypt. So, and then there's going to be different costs with that, different logistics. So, and then it's obviously influencing the mortals to do what. So once they've kind of made this decision here, then it's okay. Then we're going to tell the mortals, no. I don't care what you said you're going to do. You're sending them to Egypt, or you're sending them to. So this is kind of what the council is to basically state. Basically, it's like a big pissing match, honestly, and it's kind of who's going to win. So.
Of course,
and I just stood up and argued against my own clan.
You did, but
great.
But that's what you were sent there for. was to, basically be the mouthpiece for your sire, your prince. So. Okay. And this doesn't mean this is going to be the only night of debate. This could go on for weeks, months. So that's why you've been given these fancy apartments to
to be held captive in.
Yeah, right.
Uh-huh.
Plenty of time to savor.
They have
kitchen
plenty
staff.
of time to talk. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is just the first night you guys have been involved in. So,
Okay.
okay.
All right.
All right. So everybody thoroughly confused?
Yes.
Clear as
Yes.
mud?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. It's intentional to be
Yeah.
a little confusing. So vampiric politics are not straightforward. So
Nope. Never are.
okay. All right. Well, I think we are going to wrap up for the evening. Everyone will get 3 experience points
nice.
for tonight. And then we will pick up again next Thursday and continue on with the story. So how's everybody feel?
Good.
I'm good, except I won't be here next Thursday.
That's fine.
I'll be traveling.
Yep.
And I don't know about the following Thursday. I come
That's
back Wednesday, but I may have things to do up here once I return from my
That's
trip.
absolutely fine.
Yeah, sorry, I got too much.
No.
to do.
No. You got you got stuff to do.
Yeah.
Praetor is in the corner just listening.
Yeah,
That'll work,
gathering
you know.
secrets.
You know what? It's okay, Praetor. I'll take care of all the killing that needs to be done.
If something pops up, I may use him as an NPC for combat, but otherwise he's just listening. So,
Yeah.
and it's good that Zoya has kind of started that relationship with Iskra, so that so if you're not here to say, "Oh, I help with this," I can look at Zoya and go, "Okay."
Ventura Bruja living together, mass hysteria.
Exactly. Sorry about that whole Carthage thing. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
My bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Zoya's too new to really have any of those.
Yeah.
She's so young; she doesn't really have any of those.
Yeah, you guys aren't old enough to.
No.
You've maybe heard we hate them because they're stuck-up assholes, and we hate them because they're brutes.
Yeah. Iskra is probably going to be drinking lots of wine to calm the fuck down while she's in this area.
I approve.
Vincent's like, want to split a goal?
That's right.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Nutritious and delicious.
Anybody have anything they want to plug? Anything going on? Jen, you usually have your thing.
So podcast.
Of course,
Hi,
please do.
I'm Jen. I'm the host of the Shattered Soulstone podcast. It's about the Diablo series of games and whatever's going on with the company. New episodes appear generally every Saturday, although we took like a week off for in between Christmas and New Year's. And you can find it at shatteredsoulstone.com and on various social media sites.
Alrighty, thank you. Anybody else? I think everyone else was pretty good. Staying anonymous on the internet, which is always kind of a good thing. So
Yep.
Alrighty.
So that's the thing, though. I mean, there are so many Jens out there. No one will know which one it was.
Yeah, right.
It's true. All right. Then I think we're going to wrap up, folks. Again, thank you, everyone watching. We appreciate all your comments. You guys keep us laughing. And again, if this is your first time here, please, you have to like the video on your first try. It's a rule. So, and if you can, go ahead and subscribe and check out all the playlists we have for other games. We have Werewolf, we have Call of Cthulhu, lots of stuff going on here. So until next week, we're going to say goodnight. We'll see you later. Okay. Good night.
Bye.
Good night.